Namaste. Welcome back to Marseille Monday. I have 3 questions today that I'm going to work with, and the deck that I'm featuring today is a beautiful deck. It is quirky, it is fun. I love the artwork, and it is called Taroki 23, and it is by Gerge Bagameri, and his website, his Instagram is Midnight Tarot, and that will all be linked below for you. So let's get to the questions. This one is from a querent who I read for last week and was looking for some expansion on their reading. And they wanted to know a little bit more about the energy of mother that was coming through in the reading. So the Empress was sitting below in a foundational position, and they were very surprised at how much I addressed this as a potential root of all that was going on right now. I got the impression that there have been some gestures made to heal the relationship, but this client wanted more information about their relationship with their mother. And as a tarot reader, I think we have to always look at this as various levels. Mother, right? The archetype of mother. What is my relationship? What is my greatest lesson with the archetype of mother? So we'll see what comes through here, and I will pass this on if they're not watching this broadcast. I usually send people the links so they can just see what arises. And if you have any questions for a future episode, please be sure to leave that in the comments below. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Wow, these are quite thick cards. Okay. What are you shining a light on? What are you focusing on? I feel like this card wants to cast a light on something, and maybe that something will be the cards on either side of this. Or now that I'm thinking of the way that this card is positioned, I'm going to do this because it really feels like this light is going to be cast, this star is going to be casting a light here. One thing I do recall from the reading was that the star card was in that reading as well. There was, I feel, an invitation to really let go, beginning the journey of, and this sounds so, I don't know, cliche in a way, but it's time to be you. There is a lot that this person is carrying, and I feel this star card really is a fresh start. I don't necessarily see this card as archetypal feminine, but in response to the question, I feel like the answer is on the other side here, and that the star card coming up again is really important. And I also want to acknowledge, right, this card comes after the Tower. The worst of the unraveling, the unsettling scenarios is behind you. And now you are recovering, integrating, learning to be in a new way. Wow. I love the colors on this deck. I think truly extraordinary. I don't know this person very well. There was mention of past relationship disappointment, and we didn't talk about future relationships or anything like that. And I almost feel like this could represent a gold band, like a proposal, a wedding ring, if that were the nature of the question. But that's not the nature of the question. And it's funny that this is indeed a circle. So this light that I was talking about is shining upon this very large gold coin, an opportunity. I wonder if mother was or expressed judgment on past relationships. Or mother said, maybe there's a sense of mom saying, I told you so. She was in it for the money. I wonder. I don't know. I want to look at the nature of these cards. And this particular card in the older decks was one of a shift in lifestyle. And this card is a little bit different. It indeed does look like a proposal as opposed to a straight up Marseille that has three people. And it looks as if the young man is deciding, well, pretty darn comfortable staying at home with mom. 3 meals a day. I get my lunchbox packed. I don't know what the equivalent of that was in the past. I don't have to do my own laundry. And if I marry this young maiden over here, do you approve, mother? But also, how is my life going to change? Big choice, big decision, big decision. But it appears as if Cupid, though Cupid is blind, is shooting the arrow and she has caught the arrow. So, this is something about perhaps your marriages, your relationships, getting maybe that was also your projection, your perception that mother didn't see them in a favorable light. Almost like you set yourself up for, I don't know, this is a very difficult question. And to tell you the honest truth, if I was doing this question and also the third one, my tendency is to go for a deck like the Marielle Tarot, especially when we're dealing with layers and levels of ancestry. The star is a path forward. It's an unraveling and unfolding. The light shines on a new path, a new vision, a gold coin. A gold coin, perhaps a gold ring that you offer to a future partner, something that feels quite aligned. I need an aha moment in deepening, healing my relationship with my mother. I feel like we are going around in circles. Perhaps this is about you showing your confidence to your mother. I am a man of success. I am a man of means. I know what I'm doing and I can make these decisions on my own. I choose to carve my own path. And maybe this is a way of stating your independence, your autonomy. And I'm just so curious. Please let me know if any of this is landing and provides a little bit of insight to. Ooh, okay. So, these are always layered. So, what I'm also thinking here is that perhaps your mother married for money. Perhaps your mother turned down a proposal because her parents didn't approve. Part of your story will also be part of her story. And maybe it's about the two of you coming together to speak a truth of sorts. The star wants to shed light on that which will move you forward and help you to heal. Okay, without you here and asking more questions, I'm going to leave it at that. And I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you. I had a question similar to this. Actually, recently there's been a lot of this going around where people are questioning further education. It is expensive, it takes time away from family. It takes time, lots of energy, right? So, time away from all of our other responsibilities. And I recognize that these are both closed ended questions. Yet, this client is looking for a deeper message. They're not simply looking for a yes or a no. And so, I ask my guides and the guides of this client to reveal the bigger picture of this further study. Does that sound good? That feels like a yes to me. A journey to education. And in a way, it I feel like a baseball metaphor here. Like the ball is being thrown up, and now the bat with the right hand is going to hit that and send that out of the ballpark. Um, ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love, love, love this artwork. In the Six of Cups, the cups are all aligned. There is a path, a clear pathway through. There is new growth. There is new life in between the cups on one side and the other. All of the cups are facing in the same direction. It feels like a clear path through. It is a harmonious number, an even number. And so all you need to do is to hit that ball and it will land in this place of harmony and evenness and all of that. It feels like at first it's an easy yes. And then we get this House of God card, this Tower card that says everything is not as it appears. There may be some, I want to say, false idols. Is the foundation solid? Your intention seems very clear. And the pathway, I feel like you are fully capable of seeing this through. It will feel emotionally simple. And yet you asked, is it worth it? I always want to say that the tower is worth it because it helps you to unravel and to unfold things that no longer serve. And yet, is this new experience going to, or is the reason for it based on something that is solid? Again, this is a very unusual group of cards in response to this. Or alternatively, is the tower here to help you with your change of direction? If you take this course, if you get this certificate, Is it going to take things in a new way, in a new path, unravel, burn things up, tear things down, give you a fresh and a different perspective of why you're doing this in the first place? Perhaps what you think your intention for taking this course is will guide you in a completely different direction. And what that direction may be is not known at this time. Next card is the Moon, which is kind of an interesting card to follow the Tower card in that it will help you to understand deeper aspects of yourself. I mean, change is, right? Nothing ever stays the same. And if you do choose to take this program, I think it's going to really help you with your own self development above and beyond the content of what you're studying for this program. And if that response empowers you, then I would say go for it. If you are kind of lost in the practical and the logical of the steps along the way, then I would say you might want to wait because there will be complications with all of this. And you may find yourself in a place where the challenges overwhelm more than you are ready to handle. Big sigh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sending this question. All right. So I mentioned that this question also in the past would lead me to a favorite deck that I have used for deep questions like this. And I want to be able to see the pathway with a deck like this. I enjoyed last year so much in the historical references and information. I loved going through every single page of David's book. There were many, many, and I continue to expand on this journey. I've just bought another Tarot de Marseille book, and I love the historical context that these cards are placed in. And I don't want to discount any esoteric references because I've mentioned that there are links and there are historical connections to astrology and the tarot. And so if that ever comes through, then I'm going to let it come through. But I'm just really enjoying this process. So thank you for joining me on Mondays for this. This is another client. This came up at the end of the reading, and we hadn't talked about this. And so this kind of got thrown in at the end when there wasn't much time. Play on words? I don't know. So I feel like there is sort of a life purpose, maybe past life stuff that this querent could help with understanding. This may have to do with the general archetype of mother itself. I didn't get the impression that she feels hard done by or cheated, but was indeed curious about her karmic patterns and what her relationship is with mother and motherhood, and why she hasn't found herself in a place where she can have a baby in this lifetime. And this is something, of course, that I will follow up with and take time through healing work to unravel the layers of this kind of a question because this is very, very deep. 1. Magician. This is not traditionally a feminine archetype. very resourceful person. I wonder if you have found yourself in a variety of different paths and professions. And what's coming to mind is changing paths a number of times. And because the magician is facing in this direction, I'm really curious what, if I place the second in card here and here, what may arise. Okay, strong masculine archetype. King, we can put these cards in a few different positions to see if we can unravel a few different layers. King of coins, father figure. What are you doing with your life? This feels very condescending, like a parent disapproving of their child's chosen profession or chosen field of study, disapproving of the path that they have taken. Look at all the possibilities, the great number of gifts that I have given you. Almost like all of these cups are contained within the energy of this particular king, this wise one. And yet, what is the magician pointing at? Feels like the magician is quite accusatory of the father. I wonder if the father put all their cups in one place. This feels like the beginning of, and I'll get back to the question, the beginning of the movie with Martin Sheen and his son called The Way, where he decided that he wanted to, I forget the profession his son gave up, might have been law school or a legal practice. And he decided it was more important to live life and experience life in various places in the world. And the father couldn't understand why anyone in their right mind would want to do that, especially when he grew up with a father who was a good role model in the professional department. All right, so let's move these around. So if I put the cards this way, the father is not even paying attention. And the father's focus is on all of these shiny gold cups. Are they accolades? Are they trophies? And the magician is pointing to something else and saying, that's just not important to me. So, what in the world might this have to do with you not finding yourself in a relationship where motherhood presented itself? Are there shades of disapproval in your life? Do you carry shame? There's something here that connects a partner, a husband, a father to your child with something that has to do with your father and the disagreements and the separation you had with your father, the different paths that you took. That might seem out of alignment. But I want to say something here in that relationships are very much sacral chakra work, whether they are with a lover, a sister, a brother, a parent, and that the healing of relationship in every way could affect the womb. Same chakra. Part of me thinks this has to do with your relationship with your own divine masculine. And I have so many questions for you. Like this has gone in a very different direction than I would ever expect. So I want you to think about this and then get back to me, and I will help you to find more questions or journal prompts, or you can help to reveal how this connects to your challenges. And I feel quite confident that the falling out with your father, the lack of healing of the relationship with your father, has very much to do with your trust in marriage, your trust in a relationship with a man who could be the father of a child. There's something here, okay? So let's take this apart at another time, okay? Those of you that are watching and didn't have your questions answered today, like I said, be sure to come back and put them in the comments below, and I'll let you know what date I will be answering your question. Thanks for being here. Take good care. Namaste.